Well, what difference does it make?
That's what I'd like to know. Why is it so important to you?
I think that as long as you live here at Collinwood, everything you do reflects on us.
And does nothing you do reflect on anyone?
Oh, Miss Vicky score one for Vicky Winters. Tell that girl what's what. I am Joel Sharpton, one half of the Articulate Coven, and this is my watch of the original supernatural soap opera, Dark Shadows. We are up to episode 97, and if you're watching these on YouTube, you're getting left behind. We're doing 5 episodes a week, one every weekday now for patrons at articulatecoven.com/join. We are on that march to 100. We are on that march to 212 when we finally meet Barnabas. I need a vampire in this show, folks. In between here and there, we got more ghosty ghoulies. Right now, we've got Victoria Winter's dark secret of a pen that she's found and needs to tell the police about, but has chosen to listen to the bad advice of one Roger Collins. What will happen in episode 97? It's right now. Let's find out.
My name is Victoria Winters. Last night, I learned that a man I considered my friend might be implicated in an unexplained death.
Good moment here. I've been talking about how I assumed that these entries, these narrations at the beginning of episodes, were her diary, her journal. We know that Vicky keeps a journal. Vicky's the only voice that's been on the narration so far. And a couple of people had said something different about the narrations at one time or another. One of our new viewers, I mentioned him last episode, J2299G69, said the narration was tweaked because soon it will be read by different people and ceases to be her diary. It becomes a spooky epilogue spoken by a lead female. The reason: Alexandra Moltke had to be paid for episodes with her narration, even if she didn't appear in it, so it ceased to be her thoughts. Also, the original writer has left, and now a string of writers have begun. You will quickly learn who are the best ones, just as we have good and terrible directors here. Thank you so much for that. They had commented on a much earlier episode, something about in the episode where the accident takes place. Apparently there was a mention from Dan Curtis in one of the behind the scenes things that he and a cameraman were nearly killed. They nearly killed themselves filming the accident. And then J2299 had replied to my comment and said, I'm a huge Dark Shadows fan, as well as a former dialogue writer for a soap in the 80s and 90s. I've heard lots of stories. Law, so glad to have you aboard. I know we've got a lot of diehard Dark Shadows fans. It's exciting to have somebody who's been in the industry too. Thanks for putting up with my 5-character rundowns.
I've shared this secret with only one other man.
The man who is responsible for the secret. The man who lost the pen in the first place, ma'am. You just don't know it.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, Vicky. I trust you slept well after our arduous night.
Yes, thank you. I did.
Man, it's funny. Everybody in the room currently is giving her the cold shoulder in one way or another for a different reason. Now, Roger is pretending currently to be sweet to her and welcoming, but we know Roger wants her out of this house. She's got information that could cause him problems. He's trying to boost her. Elizabeth is mad at her because she's been snooping into the family history and talking to the family lawyer. And Carolyn is mad at her because she went to bang her with Burke.
Did you have fun in Bangor?
Nobody likes me. Everybody hates me. Guess I'll go eat worms.
Not really.
I know why you went there, Vicky. I think you might have told me.
Carolyn, did you?
I'd like to speak to you about it alone, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind at all.
Oh, Liz, you're not going to browbeat the poor girl this early in the morning.
Suppose you let me handle this in my own way.
As you wish. Can we get some fresh coffee, kitten?
Delighted.
And that'll be our cold open. That's a pretty good cold open, honestly. To think we're going to get Vicky dressed down about the whole thing. Well, first of all, hopefully she unloads on Elizabeth about the pen. I don't know that that'll mean any comeuppance for friggin' Roger, but come on.
Mrs. Stoddard, I went to Bangor to see your lawyers. When I was locked up in that room, I found an old ledger sheet. It had Garner and Garner on the top of it. Among the names was one, B. Hanscom.
I don't see the connection.
A short time ago at Sam Evans' house, I came across a portrait of a girl called Betty Hanscom. She looked very much like me.
Well, I remember her quite well. She didn't look anything at all like you.
Well, I had thought it might have been some link with my past.
Yeah, we've heard this before. Elizabeth says Betty didn't look anything like her, but the painting was identical.
Did anything happen between you and Burke in Bangor? I trust you, Vicky. I won't ask you what happened in Bangor and what Burke did to frighten you so that you found it necessary to call my brother to come and get you.
But you just did. You just sort of did. Like, maybe you're not going to press the issue, but you just did ask. I hadn't thought about that, honestly. The fact that it sort of looks to the outside that Burke must have, like, sexually assaulted her, and so she had to stay in Bangor alone.
Burke was a little too drunk, and she didn't want to drive home with him in that condition.
Burke does get quite drunk at times.
Well, there you are. That could be the solution.
If that had been the case, Vicky could have driven that car by herself.
Oh, not last night. In that storm, we were lucky to get home with me driving.
You didn't get home with you driving. You got home because the police brought you home, Roger.
Well, I may be an old fogey to you because I'm your uncle, but I'm not Vicky's uncle.
You mean you and Vicky? No. Then she'd be my aunt.
Well, is the boss available?
Boy, Roger's just spinning tails left and right here, isn't he? I love it. He doesn't actually say anything there. He doesn't say anything. Carolyn just spins out on her own, but he leads her, doesn't he? Ugh.
Carolyn, I was not in Burke's clutches.
Then why did you refuse his offer to drive you back? What happened between you?
Nothing at all. And for your information, I spent most of my time with a very attractive young man called Frank Garner.
Frank Garner? He's nothing but a kid.
How long has it been since you've seen him?
I don't know. Years, I guess.
Well, he happens to be at least 10 years older than you.
That's right. He must be.
And he's very...
So why would you say he was a kid? I mean, genuinely, like, okay, let's say that the last time that Carolyn met him, she was 8, you know? Well, then Frank would have been 18 or 19, and she would have been like, oh, what a handsome young man. I don't like when they're inconsistent like that. This is a bad written episode. This is a boo.
Vicky, you have all the luck.
And there's one more thing. Carolyn Stoddard, my best friend. Burke told me on the drive up that it wasn't an accident he came into the coffee shop. You called him and told him to come downstairs. So he came down to see you and not me.
Hoisted by your own petard there, Carolyn.
But what does interest me is why she called you so suddenly to bring her back.
No, what I just suggested to Carolyn was that she may have thought Burke was too drunk and didn't want to drive back with him in that condition. After all, you remembered 10 years ago what happened when he was driving a car.
But again, like, this dude just spinning out allegations left and right. Slander, sir. Slander and libel.
Heaven only knows what David will think up next.
But David's attitude has completely changed now.
Yeah, so he says. But how do we know how much of what he says is truth?
Suppose we'll just have to keep a closer watch over him.
Now, keep a closer watch over Vicky.
And Carolyn's going to keep a close watch on how you're watching, Vicky. Where's Vicky going? Suiting up for a trip to town?
I wish you'd get him off your mind. Why should I? Well, your mother and your uncle have asked you to.
And you think I should too? Why, Vicky? Is there more to that Bangor trip than you told?
God bless.
Dangerous man to have for a friend. He's unpredictable.
If he's so unpredictable, then why did you take that trip and spend the night in the same hotel with him?
Here, because it's the best hotel in town. That's why. What's so unusual about that?
How do I know what happened?
Well, what difference does it make?
That's what I'd like to know. Why is it so important to you?
I think that as long as you live here at Collinwood, everything you do reflects on us.
And does nothing you do reflect on anyone?
Oh! Miss Vicky went score one for Vicky Winters. Tell that girl what's what.
I am not going to the Collinsport Inn if that's what you're worried about.
Well, that's not the only place I would hate to see you go.
I'm not going to the sheriff's office either. I'm just going for a walk.
It's another one of my favorite Vaseline cam shots.
Many brave hearts are asleep in the deep, so beware, beware.
Nice. First of all, there's Sam Evans joining our cast for today. Been a couple of episodes since we've seen Sam. Of course, the actor here, fairly famous for playing John Hancock in the movie 1776, in the film version of 1776, the Broadway musical about the writing of the Declaration of Independence. He's really good in it, too. Making fly fishing. Vicky go to see Sam?
Oh, Vicky! Come in.
No, Mr. Evans, I hope I'm not disturbing you.
This grows curiouser and curiouser. You didn't come to see Maggie. You didn't come to see me. Now, let's figure this out. Ah, I know. You came to see the cat. Puss. No. Cat's not home either. Ah. Here it is.
Do you see a resemblance?
Superficially, yes. When I was painting Betty, I was trying to paint her soul, what was inside it.
Do you think you succeeded?
Who knows what's in a woman's soul?
I love it.
It's yours.
What?
Well, even savages make presents to their guests.
All right, this is a good turn of events, first of all, because now this means the painting is going to be an ongoing issue. I absolutely think there's something to this. I do wonder how long it's going to take before we solve her parentage in some way, and will we have to go back in time before we get there, or will we know who her ancestors were before we go to previous generations, which I assume we do after we meet Barnabas.
So I'll wrap it up. Not so much as to preserve the painting, but to protect your treasure.
Well, now, if you stroke that painting, it's going to wear off. Man, I love this set design, by the way, with this window.
Well, Vicky saw a portrait of this D. Hanscom, painted by Sam Evans, and she thought it looked like her.
Well, did it?
I've never seen the picture.
Would you like me to call Evans and ask him for it?
No. There must be absolutely no importance.
A little too late for that. A little too late for that, ma'am. The picture's on its way home.
I've told you, she's my responsibility. And Roger, even you must admit I've never shirked a responsibility.
That's true, but...
No importance to the painting.
I'm disturbing you.
No, dear, come in.
Well, what have you got there?
Surprise. Sam Evans gave it to me. It's a portrait of Betty Hanscom. Do you see a resemblance?
No, I don't really. Do you, Roger?
No, not the painting.
Well, I do. And so did Maggie, and so did Mr. Evans.
I'm being kind to you. You're seeing what you wanted them to see.
Do you really think that?
Oh, you're back.
Yes.
Vicky, where'd you have the portrait done? It looks exactly like you.
Bum, bum, bum. I should have called that. I should have knew that was how that episode was going to end. Okay, a week went in this run. 97 down, 98 ahead of us. We're up and rolling now. We'll be at the century mark before you know it, folks. Don't forget, if you're watching these videos on YouTube, you're only getting 3 a week. Patrons get 5. They get 1 every weekday. Go to articulatecoven.com/join. $2 or more a month. Get you access to everything we do early and ad-free. Thank you so much for watching these videos with me.